Hi, Professor Bones here. You clicked on a link with an image similar to this and it brought you here. Welcome. I want to be clear, the things shown here, osteoporosis, osteopenia, type 2 diabetes, etc., are just results. They are not the cause. The balance of this video, we are going to address the cause and what can be done about it. This video will also end up showing you a means to address the cause. I encourage you to start thinking in terms of investment, not cost. What investment would you make in yourself to be able to manage your aging process, your vitality, which is the state of being active and strong? We need to develop a new line of thinking, a paradigm shift. As you can see from some headlines, with advancements in medical treatments, we are definitely living longer. But are we maintaining quality of life? It would appear not, based on projected increases in the assisted living population. To be successful, we have to overcome our programming, where we have been groomed to think aging is the cause, when it is actually lack of managed aging that is the cause. Be honest, when you think of someone over the age of 80, do you see them like the gentleman on the left or the gentleman on the right jumping a hurdle? As we look at the three gentlemen, I can assure you their anatomy is the same, their physiology is the same. One just implemented a better managed aging plan. There are a lot of studies and corresponding charts and graphs. They confirm several things. First, we are governed by a biological clock, biological aging, which can be defined as the time-related deterioration of the physiological functions necessary for survival and fertility. A major shift occurs in our biological clock around the age of 30. Our basal metabolic rate declines, our telomeres start shortening, hormones decline, we lose bone density and muscle mass. You will notice a similarity in the downward angles of these various charts and how it relates to various age groups. The human body is a miracle, capable of growth, repair, and rebuilding, replacing billions of cells every day to do so. As we age, we just need to reprogram it a little bit and leverage those abilities to our advantage. Now that we are starting to understand the cause, let's talk about what we can do about it. To utilize the amazing power of the human body, we need to focus on 5 areas for a full circle managed aging plan. Physical stimulus to create adaptive responses, sleep and rest for recovery, diet and nutritional supplements to provide building blocks, environmental maintenance to minimize pollutants, and meditation to reduce the harmful effects of stress. For now, we are going to discuss one of the important, if not most important parts, physical stimulus. More so, physical stimulus of the foundation of your body, your musculoskeletal system. The skeleton is comprised of 206 bones. There are nearly 700 skeletal muscles in the human body. There are 200 main skeletal muscles. These are the muscles that do the obvious work of the body, such as the biceps, the quadriceps, the pectorals, the abdominals, and the obliques. Why focus on the musculoskeletal system? I'll explain. The musculoskeletal system, particularly the skeleton, is the frame, the foundation of the body. So if you are going to build for strength and endurance, it makes sense to start there. This system is arguably the most important system, and it performs a variety of vital functions. As the skeletal system deconditions because of aging, these functions can become compromised. Through biological aging, around 30, men and women alike lose 0.5 to 1% bone density per year. That rate accelerates 20 to 25% for women during the menopausal years, or if they have had a hysterectomy earlier in life. Let's expand on some of the lesser-known functions of the skeletal system. The skeletal system acts as part of the endocrine system, regulating energy metabolism in the body and affecting glucose homeostasis. Aging can compromise this function. Bone marrow produces 200 billion red blood cells, 10 billion white blood cells, and 400 billion platelets each day. Lymphocytes direct the body's immune system. Unlike other white blood cells, they can recognize and remember invading bacteria and viruses, therefore playing an important role in the immune system. Aging, deconditioning, degeneration of the skeletal system might compromise these very important functions. Minerals important to various body functions are stored in the bones and released when needed. Bones serve as a reservoir for calcium and phosphorus and other essential minerals for various cellular activities throughout the body. Calcium, for instance, is essential for blood clotting, stabilizing blood pressure. It contributes to normal brain function, and it's critical for communicating essential information among cells. Calcium is needed for the release of chemicals that transmit a signal from a nerve cell to a target cell. For example, when a nerve tells a muscle to move. Phosphorus is used as part of mineral salts released by the bones to help maintain pH balance in the blood. Phosphorus also plays an important structural role in nucleic acids and cell membranes, and it's involved in the body's energy production. So as the skeleton bones become less dense, is it conceivable their ability to perform these functions becomes compromised? Another extremely important but relatively unknown function of the skeletal system is detoxification. The bones will remove heavy metals and other foreign elements from the blood, thereby reducing their effects on your nerves and tissues. Those same foreign elements and metals are released later at a lower dose, safer levels, slowly for excretion. So a question that needs to be asked is, do less dense bones perform this function as well as denser bones? Before now, this extremely important function of the skeletal system was hardly discussed. It might have been because no one was sure of what could be done about it. There is a relationship between skeletal bones and the muscle system, as they form the musculoskeletal system. Through neural inhibition, the muscles cannot produce more power than what the skeletal system can handle. Therefore, as aging causes deconditioning, degeneration of the skeletal bones, the muscle system responds by becoming weaker. By now, hopefully you can understand the importance of the skeletal system to the overall health of the human body, as well as its performance. Recent studies and advancements in technology has made it so we can manage the conditioning and reconditioning of the musculoskeletal system as part of a managed aging plan. After an exhaustive study to determine what physical stimulus might be best for conditioning and reconditioning the musculoskeletal system as part of a managed aging plan, we concluded a robotics musculoskeletal development system, a proprietary system by OsteoStrong that was created using sound scientific principles and proven in clinical trials to work, was the best way to go. And it takes less than 10 minutes a week. You even can come in your street clothes. What helped us make our decision? Clinical evidence. In a clinical trial conducted for 6 months in 2015, osteogenic loading done once weekly on an RMDS, robotics musculoskeletal development system, increased bone density on average almost 15% in postmenopausal women. Based on a meta-analysis of 62 peer-reviewed studies, the next closest non-pharmaceutical method for increasing bone density, weight-bearing exercise, only increased bone density 1% after 1 year. Osteogenic loading also proved very effective at changing muscle structure, as a 6-month clinical trial of osteogenic loading showed the highest decrease in A1C levels, the measurement for determining type 2 diabetes. The number of muscle cells you have is constant, birth to death. However, remember I told you earlier of a relationship between skeletal bones and skeletal muscle, about neural inhibition, where muscles cannot produce more power than what the skeletal system can handle. When bone density is increased, there is an adaptive response by the muscle system. A structural change takes place, as myofibrils inside the muscle cell are increased in size and quantity. This change in muscle cell structure by increasing myofibrils quantity and size results in improved processing of blood glucose, lowering A1C levels, and also results in added functional strength without bulk. Let's recap. We are living longer, not necessarily maintaining quality of life though. We need to reprogram our thoughts as to what physical levels should someone 80 plus perform at, believing they can jump a hurdle. We are governed by a biological clock, biological aging. The human body is a miracle. We need to leverage its abilities to our advantage. We need to adopt a full circle managed aging plan. A start is focusing on physical stimulus of the musculoskeletal system. Loss of bone density not only increases risk of fractures, it also compromises important health functions of the skeletal system. Recent studies and advancements in technology are providing us ways to manage our aging process. Osteogenic loading with a spectrum system is a clinically proven way to increase bone density and improve the muscle system. As I begin to wrap this up, I need to emphasize the importance of your skeleton, its role as part of the musculoskeletal system, and that system's overall effect on your health and physical performance. When I first became aware of osteogenic loading almost 6 years ago and started studying it, I discovered that through reconditioning the musculoskeletal system, it was a plausible way to help lower fall and fracture rates in seniors. That in itself was amazing, but as I kept researching, I found it was so much more. It was a way to empower people to become the absolute best versions of themselves, allowing them to create and maintain vitality. There is more, but it would be best to share it in person. At this time, I would like to invite you to come to one of my small group classes. Group size is 3 to 10 people, and the classes allow me to interact with you. Plus, there is the benefit of the question and answer session, where you often learn something from questions asked by someone else. There is no charge for the class, and after a sharing of information, you can tour the facility, watch and participate in demonstrations, and if you want, sign up for a complimentary baseline screening and osteogenic loading session. And please don't worry or concern yourself. It is not our way to pressure or sell. We simply want to inform you, let you have an experience, provide pieces for the puzzle, so ultimately you can make a knowledge-based decision that is best for you. Some of the information we will cover is the bone remodel cycle and the opportunities it presents, how studies are showing that increasing bone density can decrease the risk of heart failure, how increasing bone density will lead to improved muscular structure, and how that becomes the most potent anti-aging and regenerative medicine available. We will discuss the landmark study done in 2012 that gave us the dosage required to create new bone tissue growth. We will also cover how various medicines and lifestyle choices can affect bone density. And we will have a vigorous question and answer session. Believe me, you will not want to miss this. We will also go over the many positive side effects of increasing bone density, including strength increases, improved balance, better posture, better glucose processing, healthier joints, decreases in pain, more energy, and improved agility. We will review how results are captured and recorded so improvements can be verified and tracked. When we talk of a full circle managed aging plan, it basically includes all ages. You want to manage the 13 to 18-year-old range, as it is when 80% of bone development occurs, and you want to build your apex as high as possible. You want to manage your 20s, as that is when homeostasis occurs. From there, you want to manage the various age ranges, 30s, 40s, 50s, etc., so you can recondition and level off the angle of descent. Earlier in the video, I told you I would unveil a means to address the cause. I asked you to think of value, not cost. What monthly investment would you make in yourself to be able to manage your aging process and ensure your vitality? $500? $200? $1,000? More? I'm very happy to report that none of those previous amounts are correct. We worked very hard to keep this in a reasonable range, especially considering the value, as our goal is to help others experience an amazing life. There are several options available, and they are applied according to someone's desires, needs, and abilities, so plans can be individualized. I cover this in detail at the end of a class. For now, I can tell you with current specials, an upper end plan is under $100 per month and a lower end plan is under $50. And often someone starts with an upper end plan, and after improvement goals are met, they move to a lower end plan. One last thing, you will find we have the utmost confidence in the ability of musculoskeletal conditioning to empower you, helping you to manage your aging process. This is evidenced by our 6-week, 100% money-back guarantee. We know there are variables only you control that can affect results, but we trust you will make an honest assessment. The only thing you need to do at this time is contact us using one of the methods shown. We will give you the dates and times for upcoming classes and then set you up with a reserved seat. We can also provide instructions on how to find us, as well as what to bring. So go ahead and hit the pause button and write down the necessary contact information. If you miss it, it is also on the website where you clicked on this video link. Again, my name is Professor Bones, and I'm very much looking forward to meeting you, spending time with you, sharing information, and answering your questions. I am also excited to have you meet my wife and her awesome team. They are dedicated to your comfort, safety, and achievement of goals. You will come to understand it is something basically anyone can do, 9 to 90 plus. Until we meet, this is Professor Bones signing off, wishing you the best in health and wellness.